I mean, wow. I could do this all day and it would be awesome. Elementals. Hello, it's me at CGB, and I'm here to bless your YouTube algorithm with my smug punchable face in Magic Arena, playing the Elemental deck that did make top 8 and put up an amazing win percentage at Pro Tour Lorwyn Eclisped. Would there be an Elemental deck? Are the Elemental incarnations busted? You know, like this was kind of the talk early on, like a lot of time during spoiler season. What could Elementals be a deck? It turns out they're a deck. This deck has won games of competitive Magic, especially against Badger Mole Cub. And today I am going to incinerate my finances. My retirement plan is kaput. We are going to craft all these mythics. It wasn't that bad. We're fine. It's going to be fine. Owning this deck in paper, on the other hand, well, that might be a little difficult because Roman freaking Throne now costs $1 billion USD and is still sold out. Just so you know, a literal $1 billion for a roaming throne. The commander players are, in fact, very unhappy. Their blessed staple that goes in every freaking commander deck of all time has gone to the damn moon. But it does show that there is demand for standard Magic, which is kind of interesting and something that was totally dead a few years ago. So what is this deck gonna do? Well, we are going to get some elementals on the board. We're gonna get double triggers from Roaming Throne, and we're gonna cast Thunderflock, a 5/5 flying. When this enters, if you cast it, return all non-elemental creatures to their owner's hand. A one-sided board wipe, you say. And here we get to run Deceit, we get to run Vibrance, and we get to run Wistfulness for endless value and tons of triggers, making sure we hit our lands and draw our cards and kill things with the Vibrance 3 damage, bounce things with the Wistfulness blue, Deceit, discard and bounce things. It's gonna be annoying. And to make sure we have the mana to do this, we have the early elemental accelerators of Ashling Rekindled and Flame Raider. Basically 2 mana dorks on a very typal kind of theme. And Winter Night Stories, this card is just the glue in so many things, from breaking Vivi to breaking this. Does this card need to be banned? Is this the greatest careful study of all time? Was that it? No, it's like compulsive research. These old cards that were just like dump stuff in yard that people found a way to abuse back in the day. Yeah, this is the greatest careful compulsive research of all the times. Power creep is disgusting, and it's a rare. How do we make a draw 3 discard 2 at rare? You make Winter Night Stories. Easy to flash back with all of these cards. Bounce Off is the interactive spell of choice because you can bounce your own elementals and use them again. So we're not a kill it all deck, we're a bounce it all deck. Just about any presence on the field can be bounced. A red deck would never tolerate this. A good red deck would keep this out of the meta. So now you know what red has taken from us when red is too good. It's jank like this. I'm here for it. Let's do the jank. Anyway, I'm making sure I don't have split breeding pool art. Very important. There is a sideboard. Those of you hit and craft all, first of all, I'm sorry. You could add a future. You know, you could have sent kids to college. You could have retired in luxury. You could have owned a yacht probably, but you crafted this deck instead. Choices were made. Oh, God, I'm feeling it right now. But there is a sideboard for those of you hitting craft all. Watch out for that. And over here in the deck list itself, there are some kind of spice because you do have the Vibrance ability to search any land with the green payment requirement. So we do have a Pit of Offerings to interact with graveyards, and we do have a Quarry Mountain Monastery to grind, and of course Cavern of Souls to tell blue mages where they can stick that counterspell. My friends, imported deck is about to go dominate the meta. Roaming Elementals, that's what this is called on the websites. Roaming Elementals. 1 card, Changes the name of the deck. You know, that's because there are a lot of elemental decks. This is just the one that ranked the highest at the end of Pro Tour with Lorwyn Eclisped. So I have many more to show you. Let's dive in. Beep. Let the $1 billion nonsense begin. How, playing Pro Tour decks, am I still Platinum level 4? I can't believe these Pro decks suck this bad. Couldn't be anything I'm doing wrong. Interesting, because Deceit on 2 is an option, but so is Bounce Off Deceit on 3, but so is Winter Night Stories. Honestly, just looking at this hand, I'm like, there's a lot of options. All right, let's see what happens. I don't have a mana accelerator, and that's the main reason I'm looking at this. Like, I don't know. I also already have a choice with this Steam Vents on turn 1, and I think I'm supposed to play the Starting Town to potentially Deceit next turn. I can already tell the auto tapper wants to destroy me. They are out to ruin me with this deck. There is no question. Are they waiting for a hello? There you go. You can play now. They're looking at some pollen. They're like, what pollen is this? What'd it do? I'm Mizzoni and I read pollen for fun. Well, guys, this is my tutorial on how to be good at Magic the Gathering. Name elemental and draw exactly what you need on curve. That's how you get good. I get asked a lot of questions. I hope I just answered all of them. Then draw the 5-drop. Yep. Perfect. What do you guys think? Are we going to get countered? What runs Analyze the Pollen here? I think it's Might Form Harmonizer, which means we just need to have Bounce Off ready on turn 5. So before that, the objective, beat down. Hold on. Like I said, they're out to get me 100%. I don't need the green for Wistfulness. That doesn't matter, but I definitely need the blue. What are you going to do? Spell Snare that? It's not a 2-mana play? Okay, is Thunderflock any good? Deceit is definitely good. Honestly, put the stories in the bin. We'll use it later. There's nothing wrong with that. Next turn, we'll hit their hand with some Deceit. Yeah, this is Harmonizer. I know my Pro Tour decks. This is why you watch the channel and pay attention to the Pro Tours, right, guys? So that you know what the opponent is playing off one spell. The first spell of the game, you know exactly what to be prepared for. You create a game plan, and you absolutely crush them. That's how you do it. X less, where X is the greatest mana value of elementals. 5. So you're telling me this is 4. Interesting. All right, we definitely want Deceit. Hit their hand. They can't kill us next turn. So we want black, black. And I don't need blue, blue. In fact, I'm going to make absolutely sure that I don't, because I don't want to bounce anything with the Deceit, right? There we go. I probably didn't need to pay 1 life last turn for the green. So like I said, the auto tapper is out to destroy us. Oh, look, a Might Form Harmonizer. Then they get to stock up and try to find another one. My experience against this deck is just take the Harmonizer. If their other 3 Harmonizers are buried on the bottom of the deck, they're just kind of cooked. Next turn, I have an 11-point attack, so please take 1 from your starting town. Please. Make this easy. That said, they can't kill me if I have the bounce off unless they have... What do they have? They have the Spidey Sense card. That's 2 mana. So they can't do that and harmonize. I can play around that. Okay. They also have Spell Pierce, right? They do. Like, some versions run 1 Spell Pierce, so I need to have 3 mana up. Which means I'm not casting Thunderflock, and that's fine. We'll just make them survive this. They probably burst lightning here. That won't save them. They do also run into the Flood Maw, usually 1 copy. That's the version that made top 8. If they bounce one of these, though, that's not good for them either. I mean, they're thinking about it. There it is. They go to 13. They take 7. They have a burst lightning. So I do need another threat to attack them for lethal next turn. What did they cast? They have the full bore. They have the fetch land. We do need to leave a mana open no matter what. I can't play around Spell Pierce if they got that as well. So if this is Harmonizer, and they also got a Flood Maw in there some way. So we have an unknown draw from last turn. The Flood Maw that they probably grabbed off the stock up, but might have drawn. And this would also have to be Harmonizer. That's what it would take for us to lose. It's important not to play too scared. You'll give them forever. So I'm going to play the Flock. This is going to make sure that next turn's attack is lethal instead of a Burst Lightning removing Flame Braider and buying them another turn. And then I'm going to play the Canal. I'm going to pass the turn. So they have to have exactly the Spell Pierce. They also need a Fable Passage, right? Yeah, they need a Fable Passage because Escape Tunnel brings the land in tapped. So yeah, they would have had to draw perfectly in the last 2 draw steps to win. That's the kind of pressure you want to keep on them. Ta-da. Elemental Beats. Coming through. Yeah, I'm all fun and games funny YouTube guy until it's time to destroy you. Keep. Do I play Pit of Offerings on turn 1? There is a chance from playing this Ashling Rekindled and flipping it that I won't be able to cast the Roaming Throne when I flip it if I have to do a tap land. But it's not very likely. It really isn't. I'm just going to do a tapped Breeding Pool here. You really want your Pit of Offerings to have colors involved. Like, having a colorless land, even though you have Roaming Throne, is really bad in this deck because of all of the elemental incarnation things. All right, let's go, Ashling. What you got? Probably dumping another Winter Night Stories. They have a Shock. They have a Burst Lightning, something like that. Okay, Deceit right now cannot hit their hand until I flip Ashling, but that's fine. It gives me something else to do with my mana. But I really want to get the throne down, so I'm a little nervous. That's not a great draw. Yeah, this isn't working out. And the opponent has Seer. So I don't get the opportunity to pay the blue to transform this. If I bounce the Ashling, we're up against Harmonizer again. Yes, we are. Well, then I think I'm letting Ashling go. If I pay, I transform it. When I transform it, I get mana. Let's decline. That wouldn't end well. All right, I've got a red land. And next turn I could cast Stories, but this hand is a lot worse than the last one, especially now that they had Seer for Ashling. But the bounce off is important to save. It's our battle against Harmonizer combo, but we better get a Roaming Throne down soon. If we have to spend next turn on Winter Night Stories, we might be cooked. And there's the Ascension, so they got ahead on mana. But they haven't done card draw yet, and they just got their first blue. We could bounce this. Ooh. I'm going to. I know that this is our interaction with the combo, but we have no pressure. If we just sit back and try to wait for them to combo, they'll wait till they can protect it. This is awkward. This is so awkward. What do I do here? The Ashling digs, but Stories digs further, but Ashling makes mana, and if it lives next turn, we can cast the Throne. So it is its own kind of ramp. Do I discard Stories for that? We have to find a land. I think I have to discard this Deceit. Okay. Okay, we're doing okay. If I had paid this way, I could have hit their hand off of drawing that courtyard. I just didn't want to go all in on that. So there's another bounce off, which we did need. We appreciate you. Might be hard to leave open, though, if I use the blue here for Ashling. Well, that takes care of that. They keep trying to swindle me, though. I think I have to play this. If they have the whole combo next turn, they haven't done any card draw. No, because I don't have a blue up anyway if I don't draw exactly blue mana off the stories. I have to have something on board. This game isn't going well as it is. We can't play scared for the rest of the game. We need elemental here. Okay, well, they're not going to kill us this turn. The one of wistfulness can pay the ward, exile the throne. Okay. Ooh, man. It's tempting to play this hold up, bounce off, but like that doesn't really achieve much. It's tempting to cast Winter Night Stories, then attempt to play Flame Braider. That doesn't get us very far. I think I just have to do this again. We gotta start attacking them. We have to punch them. They will win the game if they get time. Their hand doesn't seem to have much card advantage, but I'm guessing what they're sitting on is I should know this. Yeah, consult the star charts. I think that's what's about to happen, and then they'll try to combo from there. I really want to cast this Vibrance. I need the land and I need the damage. I think I have to Winter Night Stories here. Like I said, I do need to start attacking them, but I also need Winter Night Stories here. Oof. Oof. We gotta go, though. We can't do this for too long. Okay, we got a land, and it's an untapped blue. We also have 2 Vibrance. That's good. And we have a Wistfulness. That's good. Double triggers are going to happen. So that's 6 damage. That's 12 damage. Then we just need 1 more. So there is the potential to bounce off the Vibrance and win the game. Okay. Okay. I have to do this right. Red. Red. An uncounterable, dude. Bang. Bang. Pay 2. Pass. If we don't have to use the bounce off to live here, we might be able to kill them next turn if they can't interact. They're going to do something, obviously. They're going to consult. Now, if we do bounce off the Harmonizer and it works... Do we win? They go to 8. They go to 2. We need them to take a little damage from their mana base, play a shock land. That would be huge. Could definitely happen. Man, I wish I could have gotten that attack in. If I had drawn the Wistfulness before, like, and been able to do that instead of the Winter Night Stories. Here we go. What you got? That's it. Okay, they have 2 mana open. Red, 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 blue. I think we go for it. Oh, that helps. Okay, well, that helps a lot. Just draw more of what you need. I'm playing the counterable one first because I think if they have like some interaction, like a quench or something, they don't cast it here. And then you use the uncounterable one after. I think a good player would be onto that, but a lot of players miss it. Wow, that game wasn't going well at all, and we found it, so feels good. 2 straight games versus Teamer Harmonizer. And I'm starting to wonder if the matchmaking algorithm knows that we can play against non-teamer decks. But let's find out. 3's a charm. Is this a hand? It has Wistfulness, which is very hard for me to resist. It can also bounce with Deceit. I will try this hand. It doesn't have an accelerator, but I hate mulliganing on the play. I think I just... Do I tell them? I'm just going to tell them I'm elemental right now. Just send a message. If we draw green, we might want a Vibrance in the future. Okay. I'm trying to be sure out here. You know it's coming for you. You know the shuffler hates you for playing decks like this. All right, Overgrown Tune tapped. Seems like Reanimator. I feel like if you put a Sunderflock in your graveyard against Reanimator, that's really good for you. So I'm going to do that. Let's see if I'm right. Never didn't have it. It makes the bringer plan a lot worse when you have good elementals filling up your yard. More Vibrance. Let's get out Braider. Play this, naming Elemental. Then it's Roaming Throne. And then it's Shenanigans. Maybe we do want to put a Vibrance in the graveyard too. Maybe we just want more stuff in the bin. Oh no! Well, probably don't have a choice now. I wonder if they played this matchup. A part of me really hopes they don't know what's coming. The number of times I name Elemental is redundant. Can I get a choose all? So once again, we have 12 damage to face. Double Deceit coming up, although the Awaken the Honored Dead kind of nerfs that, but their graveyard sucks right now. They're not good at this. They're not good at this at all. Just gonna call it like it is, guys. They don't know how to play their deck. They're supposed to have a really good graveyard. They don't. Pathetic. Worst Reanimator player I've ever seen. That is a tapped land, and that is unfortunate. Okay, black, green. Nope, I have to use blue somewhere. I do want, man, I want to exile these. I also want to Deceit. Again, though, their graveyard is not good. This Awaken is, I mean, what are they going to do? Dump a bringer, and then maybe they have a shot? Just hit them with Deceit, right? But then if you take the Superior Spider-Man, they get it back. That's why we have to wait, or we have to exile the Awaken. This blue is a problem. I could just wait. If I bounce the Overlord, is that a thing? I don't like it. Don't want to bounce anything there. This is tough. This tap land really threw a wrench in the plan. I think I'm going to make the very unsexy play. And I'm very sorry to all of you who wanted the sexy play. I hear you. I get it. I'm just going to take care of these enchantments. Because their graveyard just isn't cooking. which makes me think I have another turn to get my Deceit on. Or just vibe. Okay, we are now a triple vibe from Burn. I mean, that graveyard just got a bit better. Still not impressive, but they do have an elemental that won't get bounced by Sunderflock. Let's see what they dump. Okay, this has to be a bringer. They have to have a bringer to dump with the Kiora here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, I'm not positive I have to care about bringer. That's the truth. But I absolutely want to stall as long as I can. If I attack, they'll double block for sure. Let's go black. Oh. Black. Evoke. Make sure they're not doing any reanimator tricks coming up. Gone. Gone. Nice hand. And then we could clear the road and attack, but then they have a better graveyard, and we could just bounce those and attack in the future. But bouncing those not great. We could just go face. I could kill one, attack, they chump. 3 to face, chump prevents 4. I think we just go face. We should have some time now because their hand is so bad. And we just need one more Vibrance trigger to just kill them. And they attack here and make an 8/8. It's fine. Sunderflock them, right? Because it's an octopus. That's a good draw. You can do everything you can, and that can happen to you, can't it? Yes, it can. It's a good draw. It's a little scary now. All right, full vibes. And now I can't go face. Ugh. Which means I do have to kill the Kiora. I wasn't even worried about it before. I'm worried about it now. All right, give me the pit. And then we need to take the... I mean, I still think we have a good plan against Bringer. So maybe we take the Elemental. But... you know, why let them have the... yeah, let's take the Elementals, let them have their Bringer, and then see how they handle a Sunderflock. Uh-oh, they got Arden. That's not good. That's not good at all. I could still lose this. I'm gonna need draws that are a little better than land. That Awaken was so clutch. At least they didn't follow it up with anything too bad. We go to 7. Next turn, they get to do the thing. And the question will be whether or not they do Arden. If only I had one more Wistfulness, right? But I couldn't have gotten Arden with the pit. It wasn't there yet. So let's see what they do. Mm-hmm. Don't get Arden. No Arden. Go for the Bringer. You know you love the Bringer. There should be a lot of alarm bells for them. There really should. Man, if they hadn't milled the Arden, or if they hadn't milled the Superior Spider-Man, I think we'd win this game, but now we might lose it. And if they hadn't topped the Awaken, yeah, things really came together. Formidable Speaker's a good card. They should probably exile something from my yard. Sure. I guess the Deceit. All right, 2-2-13. This has to be it. What do? You do draw cards. You can't save me next turn on your own, and there's nothing to exile, so I guess it's cards. It's got to be better cards. That is not it. Good game. Tough one. I really thought I had put myself in a winning position and found a way to lose it. Oof. Hey, is this a hand that you play in Magic the Gathering? Feels like it's not going to do anything. It's hard for me to turn down a draw to. You have no idea how hard this is to turn down, but I'm going to go for it. Better. Definitely keeping. I think it's on the draw. My instinct is to put bounce off away. But if they're super aggressive, I'll need it just to play the game. I think it's Wistfulness. Because Deceit can also interact with the board. Wistfulness is unlikely to do that. Also, Steam Vents not being green means I can't use the green mode if I need to. Are we harmonizing again? That's been a good matchup for me so far. Do I shock? For bounce off tempo so I can safely deploy Ashling, I do. Just in case they're like a Cub deck, right? Or they drop Tifa, right? This is the format. I wouldn't have done this in Standard almost my whole life. This Standard is insane. It is Modern. You just have to play Modern. Your choice is Modern. I have no idea what I'm up against. We talked about identifying cards that quickly. I am not sure what this is. There is like a Cub landfall, like Golgari 6-mana Planeswalker type deck out there. Maybe it's that. Man, I hate it, but now I don't think I need the bounce off. I think I need to hit my land drops instead. Somebody dropping Pillage the Bog on turn 2 isn't concerned about tempo very much. All right. Evil Landfall it is. I wouldn't want to bounce that. That's a lot of land now. So a ton of lands in a row, huh? Get me black in case I decide to Deceit, but I don't think I will. Elemental. Elemental. Pass. Don't want to attack there as a bluff, because if they remove the Roaming Throne, us preventing the damage probably matters more. I mean, in their landfall deck, these are going to do a lot of damage. Well, they didn't take the time. This is probably the combo, right? The Earthbending combo. They didn't take the time to deploy this as a double. So they're probably trying to kill us as a whole in one shot. Whoa. Well, would you look at that? That's pretty cool. Do we flip it back? I don't think I need to. Well, guys, how many elemental triggers do you want? I think I need to pillage their hand. Yeah. Yeah. This. Oh my gosh, this and this. So, how do you feel? How was your Magic the Gathering experience? I'm going to save the wistfulness for next turn. I don't think they can do anything about it. Maybe they top deck a removal and get away with something here, but I think we're fine. A board wipe? Oh, the nursery, the new tree folk maker when you landfall. Yeah, they're going to regret that. All right, green, blue. Why not? Also, yeah, blue. Pay red. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Discard. Draw. Discard. Draw. This is stupid. I love it. Wow. This is insane. No nurseries. No Earthbender Ascension. Double no nursery. Why not? This is so devastating. I didn't know it could do all this. This is nonsense. I mean, wow. I could do this all day and it would be awesome. Our opponent could no longer brave the elements. I'm not gonna lie, that last experience might be worth 1 million mythic wild cards. And dollars, but if you want a little relief from the price of some of the expensive singles in this deck, go to coolstuffinc.com and use promo code CGB5 to get yourself a 5% discount. Thank you to coolstuffinc.com for sponsoring my channel. And please, for the love of God, don't take an expensive Magic single and just play it on the picnic table or the beach unprotected like a monster, like a crazy person, okay? Get some Dragon Shield sleeves. Promo code CGB5 will save you money there too, and when you use the link in the description, it supports the channel. Dragon Shield. I would Dragon Shield sleeve this Temple of Enlightenment. They feel great. The recent ones I've been using feel amazing. The Landfall series. Maybe that's a little too sensual for YouTube. Dang it, where is my cavern? And this hand is not great. It is not shaping up well. Let's put out the Flame Braider as bait. I am, in fact, a master of baiting. Get lost it is. May I have Ashling? I could really use her. Sweet. I want to be able to hold up this bounce off, but I might have other uses for multiple blue besides, like, I'm getting a vibe like I'm going to need the steam vents, but, okay. Do we hold a bounce off to protect Ashling? I'd rather protect something else. I just want to use a map while I have one. I'll probably get another Get Lost here. No? Okay. Cool. You dare to flank in this economy? Two to the top. If you lose, it's on you, buddy. You didn't do anything. Okay. Get me double green. Come on, let it resolve. Let it resolve. Come on. Come on. This is fine. You didn't counter anything last turn. This is fine. Yeah, I wanted to go get a cavern. I didn't want to tell him, though. More Ash. I mean, it's doing work. And I definitely have cards to discard. Sure, they haven't killed this one yet, but eventually they have to. Braid my hair. May I? I've got another. Huh? You want to tide bind this? Okay. It's a choice. Which one? That one. Well, this ability will still resolve. What happens if I flip it? I'm honestly not sure. Judge? Judge? Okay, for science. Like, there might be no abilities. There's no abilities. Mother... Like I said, for science. They have Demolition Field mana. And I do run a basic. Oh, a tough guy. I don't know why it wants to kill the cat more. I don't think Sunderflock is for this matchup. But Bounce Off still has potential utility if I can figure out how to hold up my blue. Starting Town will help. They didn't use their demo field. They might be saving it for Cavern. Main phase. We got a gutsy gamer on our hands. I mean, usually if I run Flanker and Tidebinder in my blue-white, they're like one-ofs. And then the Citadel is interesting. There you go. They don't have counters up this turn, so I don't want to play the Cavern unless I have to. I would like to draw an Evoke Elemental very, very much, though. I'm going to hide this so they don't know it's there or get to Demolition Field it. Do you attack into the flanky? I still need this card's looting abilities. And obviously it's good with Roaming Throne. I think they're going to sweep the board, which means I'm going to be bouncing off the throne. Does that mean we attack? Okay. Yeah, I would expect them to trade if they're sweeping, but you might as well see if you can scam 2 damage. Maybe they're not sweeping. Let's find out. Day of Judgment on the menu? If I get a turn, then I'll be able to protect both of these with Bounce Off or get to really cycle my hand with Ashling. I don't like that. 1 blue open. Probably. That is going to be Spell Snare. That's why we hold it in hand. I think we can still do most elemental things from here. Maybe I am supposed to use the falls because I just have 1 bounce off. So that I have a lot of mana for evoking if I draw what I need. Stories is pretty good. If I discard it, I can cast it for 1 with Roaming Throne. But I don't think that's the play. I think I let go of bounce off here. Beautiful. So that can draw a lot of cards. Let's do that. We'll get way up on pieces before these pieces go away. Raider, I'm sorry. Don't think it's you. Think you're just fodder for a board wipe. And we'll definitely need another cavern. Do it again? I'm doing it again. You can go. We played the untapped land this turn, right? This entered this turn. No, it entered last turn. What did I play this turn? I don't think I did. So I can do this. Nope, I don't have the untapped blue. I did play a land this turn. What was it? It's still okay that that's in the graveyard until they play Rest in Peace. Okay. Feels bad. But I guess they don't have a sweeper. They just really wanted the stories. This is pretty good. So let's go with blue for sure. Black. Decline. And blue. Black. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Not like this. Yes, more cards for me to take. I love it. Oh, that's mean. Target up to one other non-land permanent. Bing. Guess just double bing. So, Star Cage, Flanker, 3 steps, definitely. Snare, don't matter. Get Lost, gone. You still haven't pulled a sweeper, which is really interesting. All right, we could be saving this, but I think we just play it. Just remember they have a flanker. Vibrance, that's what we're digging for. Oh, that's the card. That is definitely the card. I could shoot them right now. I think I will. They're tapped out. Deck is a little tedious to handle the tapping for, especially if you want to be as careful as I'm being here. But it does feel really good. It feels really, really good to play. Star Cage gets Ashling. So they have this on deck. All right. Red. Red. Green. Green. Colorless. Let's vibe. Woof woof. Ow! They can play the flanker here, but then they can't exile the graveyard. I guess they don't need to. But yeah, they could stay alive at 1, then we swing. Game over.